Is it on, honey? Is it on? Is this thing recording? What's up to the lands all across the land? This is your girl, TS Madison, and I'm coming to you loud, live, and always, and forever, in color. From the Outlaws podcast with who? Me, TS Madison, honey. And there wasn't going to be no Outlaws podcast with nobody else because can't nobody do what I do. I want to let y'all know today I'm so excited. I'm not excited. I'm elated. I think that's a word one of my college friends told me.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes.
I'm elated to be sitting here next to royalty. I always occupy spaces with my sister privately, but I love when I get on platforms and I'm able to have conversations with her because she always enlightens me. We always love on each other, and she always leaves with a nugget for the public.
Mm.
And I ain't gonna take her too much time doing all my talking because I gotta talk with her. Ladies and put y'all hands together for the legendary, iconic Mo'Nique.
Hey. Hey, sis.
Sister, all of that shit. Sister. We are reunited again in public.
And it feels
so good.
Hey. So, okay, for those that don't know, when I first met Maddie, right? When I first met you, you were with Sister Kaya, right? And I was on the road, and I was actually doing a play in Nebraska. So we're trying to set it up so that I can come on with you sisters because I so appreciated the support and the love that y'all were giving to me when all the blackball stuff was happening, right? And I call into the show, and there are technical difficulties, right? Which nobody can control that. Well, our Sister Kaya was through with it.
Yeah.
Okay? She was done with it.
She was.
I watched TS Madison be so poised. She never broke. She never flinched. She was like, I'm so sorry. We're going to get it together. I'm so sorry. And we never got it together.
No,
right?
never did.
It didn't happen. But to watch you be so professional in that moment and not break and not lose it, I was so impressed. So when it came around again.
For how many years later? It was like 4 or 5?
It was a time later.
It was a time later.
And Jamaica Carter said, Mo'Nique, my friend T.S. Madison, would love for you to do a show. I said, that's the sister that I was. He said, yes. Yeah. So to reunite with you like that.
Yes.
And then to watch your success.
No, to reunite with me like that and for a reuniting to happen after that.
Listen, you know, I am, because sometimes I hear the banter going back and forth with you and some of the sisters. Right? And they have this, some of them have this thing where Maddie don't support black women. Let me let y'all know something from a black woman. This sister is an advocate. She's an advocate for black women. She's an advocate for the transgender community. But you got an ally when you got T.S. Madison.
Yes.
It is because of you and your mother, Miss Mary, that Lee Daniels and I are back together again.
Yeah.
Because when I came on that show, and it was so beautiful, right? Because we're talking about it, and she whispers to me, Lee Daniels is my friend. I said, then you better tell his ass. She said, I'm going to get him. And you stayed true to your word.
I did, because I felt like, first of all, you are a person that I've respected far beyond me being able to even express it to you. Like, I've watched you. I've saw myself in you. You are a plus-size, beautiful black woman who society has made plus-size black women the other.
Yes. There was a time we were the other. It's turning. Because now to see so many beautiful plus-size sisters doing their thing, Raven Goodman, to see that baby do her thing and be unapologetic about being a big woman. It still has a lot of work to do, but I can see a shift.
Yes. But to see you and to see you thrive in your television shows, the talk shows, the movies, the things, and you stand in, I'm plus size and I'm beautiful.
Yes.
And don't you ever get it twisted. I'm a dish that men
Come on,
are
finish
served and they eat well.
You know, I can remember my first agent meeting in Hollywood, right? And I walked into the office, and this woman had a lot of cats. So I knew that it could be a little different. Okay, it was cats everywhere.
Was she a white woman?
Yes, she was. And, okay, since you asked, yes, she was. Because, you know, black women be like, 102.
Get that damn shit out of here.
Okay. So I went in there, and she says to me, that big sexy thing you're trying to do, it's never going to work.
Oh!
So I'm letting you know right now, you'll never be the star. You'll always be the funny neighbor, the funny cousin, but you will never be the star.
Wait a minute. I've never heard this before.
Yes. That's what she's, and people always say, what's her name? And I'm never going to give her name because I know she's heard these interviews, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm brand new. I'm brand new to this place. And I looked at her and I said, you're not the right person for me, but I thank you for your time. I thank you. So when the Parkers happened, there was no need for me to call her and say, see, she saw it. When the success happened, there was no need for me to say, see, because she saw it. And the reason why that was a very impactful moment, because I had to make a choice. I had to make a decision while I was sitting right there. Are you going to buy into her story? Or are you going to buy into your story? And I decided to buy into my story.
I did not know that.
Yes.
See, again, these are layers of things that I experienced as a plus size Black trans woman.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be skinny. The body shaming that I get. Oh, yes, it's so this is you're too big. You're this toe down. Yes, then they try to figure out, why is this handsome man walking with her, holding her hand?
Come on.
Why is this girl? And I have to remind them, before I was this radio, TV, and all the I was bigdickbitch.com.
Now.
And what you need to understand is that I bought my first mansion.
Come on.
From being lusted and sought after by men.
Come on.
So you can't tell me how to look at myself or an image of myself and make me feel bad about being plus size, because God blessed me with all that.
And that's why oftentimes we can be looked at as a problem or problematic, because we're not buying into. We're not buying into, well, you got to act this way and you got to look this way. And when you buy into yourself, you've seen your success. You've seen the trans community say, wow, if Maddie can do it, look what I can do. Now, there were other trans women before you.
Yeah.
But what happens is they get hidden in history because it wasn't accepted at that time. So we don't know the women that lost their lives. We don't know the women that lost their families, that gave everything. So now when you come and you kicked down the door, not saying, am I okay? Would you just give me a chance? You came in and said, this is who I am.
And that's it.
And that's why it works. Because there are people out there in our society looking at people saying, listen, because you accepted you, I'm going to be okay with accepting me. So that's a big responsibility at the same time.
And it's a heavy weight because, then you get into Hollywood spaces, and I know maybe you can attest to this a bit. You get into Hollywood spaces and you get into these places, and then you start looking at yourself. Because I have looked at myself on TV, and I've looked at myself. I was like, ooh, I have.
Let me just tell you something right now. So we had a show this weekend, and this guy came up to me and said, I need to show you this picture of you and I. Baby, when I tell you I look like a big fat marshmallow on that, I'm like, ain't nobody told me nothing. Ain't nobody said, slow down, stop putting that in your mouth. I was like, wow. There are times I look at the Parkers now, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know, because I was in it. And nobody was saying nothing. And the mirror wasn't saying, stop it, because now you're a star. Now you're here. But when you look back at it, it's like, okay, that was slipping into dangerous.
Yes. And so I'm like, ooh, okay. Then I get on the treadmill, or I get the walk-in, or I do whatever diet, or I do a little EpiPen. Oh, not EpiPen. What them shit's called? A Manjaro. What's up? I do something.
You better stop it. You better stop it.
He'd be able to read to me about that.
Yeah, because we don't know what's going to be the payment years from now. We don't know what's going to be the backfall. We don't know that. And I'll say this to you because I can. We just got to shut our damn mouth. We just got to push the plate away. We just got to say, I will not eat after this time. But when we start doing things and we don't change, if you don't change your mind, all of that stuff is for no good, because you'll do it on Monday, but Friday you back at a slab of ribs. So it's no good to play with yourself like that. I can tell you that. Stop it.
I was about to say the choice of words, to play with yourself like that, girl. Wow.
Stop it.
But I'm comfortable in my skin, cozy with who I am. But I make alterations to myself based off of what the things I see, not by the pressures of what people, because people will try to pressure you into like even Lizzo. Like, you see how good our sister Lizzo looks.
She looks amazing.
She looks like super amazing. But they bullied her and they pressed her and they rolled her and they even just like, because they do it to me.
Right.
And I'm like, make sure that when you're doing anything, you're doing this because this is something that you see for yourself. Kind of like I'm gonna come around to this. When I was younger, everybody would say, "Oh, you're not a real trans girl until you get your dick cut off."
Mm.
Me and you done talked about this
Mm-hmm.
because that was one of the first parts of our phone call we had.
Yes.
You ain't no real trans girl till you get your dick cut off. So for a while, I wanted to be real. I wanted to be the things. And so I started saving up money. But I never wanted to get rid of my meats. Because I was like, shit, God gave me that, so I don't want to get rid of that. Now, I can add into everything else, but God gave me that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trans, though. But people had pressured that on me. And so by the time I was 19, I had saved up a little couple dollars, and I was going to go do the thing. And I had a rendezvous with a Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican, honey. Rican. And this Puerto Rican gentleman, I was trying to hide it. Like we were getting ready to be intimate. He knew what I was, but I was still like, and he was like, what you let it go. So I just opened my legs and when it fell out from between my thighs, he said, oh.
Okay.
And put it up in his hands and held it and was like, he was in the position of worship.
Hey, that's what you call it. I like it. In the position of worship.
He was in the praise
Come
and
on
worship
now.
position.
Yes, let it happen. Let it happen.
And he was holding this and he said to me, I said, I'm going to be getting rid of it soon. He said, why? Why would you do that?
Yes.
You are beautiful exactly how you are. Now, I was still in my stages of, I wasn't even thinking about getting the rest of the other stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
I was so concerned because the people were pressuring me.
But who were those people?
Well, it was other trans girls. It was women.
See, I think that we get so caught up in other people's opinions. And once we get caught up in other people's opinions, you start living for other people. Then you look in the mirror and you're miserable and you're depressed and you're suicidal because all of your decisions were not yours. They were somebody else's. So you can't get caught. And I say this with no judgment. You can't get caught in other people's opinions and feelings about you because you'll leave this earth never really fully being satisfied because you were so concerned about what the church said, what your grandmama said, what the people down the street said, until you say, listen, I'm a walk in me. And once you walked in you, people fell in love with TS Madison, dick and all. Can we say that?
Yes.
Dick and all.
Oh, Mo'Nique, this ain't that kind. This is one of the show.
Okay.
We gonna talk about.
Because I ain't heard you use no spicy words yet, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if we spicy.
We gonna talk about dick and all.
Spicy Avenue.
We gonna talk about dick and all. We gonna talk about Manja eating coochie.
Okay, talk about it.
We gonna talk about Uncle Tina.
Let me tell you something. Do you know I've always had a relationship with the gay community since I was a little girl because I saw the way that my Uncle Donald got treated and I saw the way my Uncle Tina got treated and I didn't understand the treatment. And then when you find out, oh, they're gay. Well, what's wrong with that? Like as a little girl, I didn't understand why they were being so ridiculed because of who they were. So I've always had a connection to the gay community, the trans community, whatever community you want to call it. And I think, too, that's what becomes a problem because of all these labels. Oh, you got to fit into a label. Well, are you a trans with a dick or without a dick? Are you a trans with titties? It's too many labels instead of saying, you know who I am? I'm me. And the person who said that best was Niecy Nash.
I love Niecy.
When she said her daughter asked her, well, what do I call you now? She said, your mother. Oh, that's all I am is your mother. Like I'm not buying into, well, now I'm this and now I'm that. I'm just me. This is what I choose. This is what I like. But I'm just me. Don't give me no label.
Wow.
The label means now I can judge you. The label means now you're going to second guess. Yeah, I can. Well, because you're that, you can't do this. And what you're showing is because I am me, I can do what I want to do. You dagger.
Yeah.
Bitch, you dad.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. Sister, I left that Puerto Rican gentleman with a few kids.
Okay. You left him with a few?
I left with a few
baby.
kids. But I left there that afternoon, and I never thought about having a sex change operation again until this regime, which we'll get to, this new regime is going on. That's the only time that the thought have blew back in my mind, thinking about like, damn, should I get a sex change now? But sister, it takes a long time for you to become happy, content, and look at yourself with,
Yes.
I don't know what that word is. I just know you look at yourself with,
I'm good. Yeah.
For people to come along and just dig and claw and stab and do this, you have to be strong. What makes you so strong?
I think as a little girl, and I say this humbly, I always knew I would be here. I believed it. And nothing was going to get in the way of me doing that. Now, I didn't know it was going to be stand-up comedy. I thought it was going to be four-figure modeling. I thought it was going to be a radio host. I thought a lot of things, but all of it was the public. And as a little girl, in my mind, I'm going to be famous. I want to be like the Jackson 5. When I walk in the room, I want them to scream and holler, because when the Jackson 5 would run off the plane, they would scream and holler. I saw Eddie Murphy's Raw, and I watched it with that man sitting right there. And we were 19, 18. We were very young, right? And I don't know why I'm going to fill up on it, but he came out on stage on Raw, and I was laying next to him on the bed, and we just best friends like brother and sister. And I said, yo, one day I'm going to walk out on the stage, and I want the people to shout and scream before I say anything. Well, now we live in that day. And he came to the show over the weekend, and he sat, and when I walked out on stage, I say it humbly and I'm grateful. The people stood and they screamed my name. So to look at him and say, wow, we're now in this moment when we were in that moment. But I always believed that this moment would happen.
The Eddie Murphy came?
No, what the hell? Eddie Murphy didn't come. No, I got what I said to him.
Oh, your baby was,
Yeah.
well, he's always there.
We were watching Raw together. Now, you know how long it's been since Raw came out?
Yes.
And when he walked out on that stage, the people just screamed and hollered and clapped. And I said to him, one day, I want them to do that for me. So this past weekend, he came to the show. And that one day was that night.
Yes.
So it's, it's just knowing. Now, was it an easy ride? Hell no. And I think even once I got there, before Sid and I got together, the way that we got together, even once I got there, when I was at the highest in my career, I was at the lowest in my life. I was at the lowest point in my life, though I was at the highest point of my career, because there was no one around that felt real to me other than my best friend. And my best friend at the time had a life of his own. So I was in a space where I felt like there was nobody I could turn to. There was nobody I could look to, because now everybody's banking on, you got that money? You got that money? You got that money? So I was very unhappy, disguised it very well. But I was very unhappy until Sid came into my life as my man. Oh. And he said to me, before we were just best friends, but now you're my responsibility. And nobody's ever said, you're my responsibility. And that meant I was like, wow, you're going to take responsibility for me? So the conversations that we were having, and it was not easy, because he would say things to me that nobody else said, and it would take me to my knees. And he introduced me to me by my own words, because he would ask me questions. And I would be so embarrassed, I didn't want to answer it, because I'm like, if I answer the shit, now I'm going to look stupid. Now I'm going to look like I don't know no better. But he would say, answer it. And I began to answer those questions. And in answering those questions, I began to fall in love with Mo'Nique, because I was exposing myself. I was unafraid to say, this is who I am. That's what I did. That's what I said. This is how I handled it. And just the conversations that were back. First 5 to 7 years, baby, I was a wildcat. Okay? And couldn't nobody tell me nothing. What you gonna tell me?
Yeah, you rich.
What you gonna tell me?
You beautiful. You dominating the, like everybody screaming your name.
And none of that mattered when it was just me and him in that room. None of that mattered because he would have to say to me, I'm still the same guy that we dug in the gym bag and we had to get out money for 2 cheesesteak subs and the cheesecake and the potato chips and the soda and we still had enough to tip the guy. I'm still that guy. So all of this I'm proud of you, but it's not swaying how I feel about you. I love you. That's outside. But my strength began to come with the conversations that we were having. I had to strip myself down. I had to strip down, TS. When I tell you, I had to get naked because I had to throw away all the shit I had been trained with, all the conditioning, all the things my mother poured into me, all the things she didn't pour into me. I had to get naked and be rebuilt. So when I say to women, that man is raising me, someone was like, oh, what you mean? Because he had to come in. Though I was a famous star, I was still a little girl. I had to handle my business. But personally, there was so much I did not know. There was so much I didn't know how to communicate. I just knew I watched my mother and father. We mad for 3 weeks. When we start talking, we just start talking. But we ain't gonna fix shit. We ain't gonna talk about it. That's how I grew up. So that's what I knew. And when that man came in, baby, he gave me a strength I didn't even know I was capable of.
So I love the way that you talk about Sidney because, and I respect it because there's so many people that like to scrutinize your relationship. Can you talk to me about, because I hear you say that y'all were best friends first. Yes. Tell me how that happened and then how did it move over to
Coochie.
That's daddy.
That's daddy, baby. Listen, it happened so organically, right? You talking about 2 people that were like brother and sister. You talking about 2 people that lived together. My bedroom was over top of his bedroom. I saw his girlfriends. He saw my boyfriends. You talking about people that when they would walk past his bedroom door, what's up, Sid? He didn't appreciate it though. He would be like, what's up? Whoever it was. That's what we were from 10th grade all the way up until the night of the BET Awards after party at my house. I'm upstairs getting changed, because I got to go to the Essence Festival the next day, right? And I'm taking my shower. It was nothing for him to see me naked. We were roommates, right? It was like we didn't trip off of that, right? So I'm getting out the shower and, I'm drying off and he says, call me when you get back. I said, okay. Okay. And normally he kissed me on my cheek. This time it was half lip. It was like here to here. And it felt. I was like, oh, okay.
After how many years?
Oh, since 10th grade. You talking about 10th grade to what? What year was that? The BET Awards, 2004, 2003? So from 1983 to 2003 or 4, we were just best friends. We were brother and sister. We were, if his girlfriend did him wrong, I wanted to fight that bitch. I'm like, I don't play that. You don't do my brother like that. That's what we were. And then I remember when I thought Joel Levert was my boyfriend. He never thought I was his girlfriend. It was in my damn mind, okay? For all the listeners here, he was my boyfriend in my mind, baby. And I went one time, he was on the road, and I went one time and met him. And I put myself in groupie status. I won't say he treated me like a groupie. I put myself there, right? And I didn't like how I was going. So who did I call? My brother. He said, when you get back, let's talk. And when I got back from Essence and that situation, and I went to his house, and he cooked dinner, always a great cook. And from that night to this day, we've not been apart. From that night, and it'll be 20 years next year.
Do you think that y'all always had those feelings?
Did you? No, listen, and that's the crazy part. We were true, like he was the one I called when I was messing around on the other husbands. Yo, if they call you,
tell that nigga.
If they call you we
tell
went
that nigga we
bowling,
yeah.
and then we went to the pancake house, okay? Yes, you have my back. That's who we were. Until, you ever been with somebody and you can trust them with your life? Like you can trust them with your life because he's honorable.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't prefer this word, but I don't know any other word to describe him. He's a king. And he began to treat me like a lady. He's always treated me good, but he began to show me how a lady was supposed to be treated. I remember one time he had to tell me, stop coming out your door. I got your door. Let me treat you like a lady. No man has ever opened my door before. Not my father, not my brothers, not my other husbands. No man's ever done that. So he was doing things that gave me my lady. I didn't have to be hard. I didn't have to handle business. That man right there, y'all already know. Y'all already know he got me in a way that no other human being has had me.
You know, I always get stunned for words when I hear the way you speak about him, because you speak about him so honorably. And I see the way he protects you. I see the way he sits across from you. I see the way he makes sure. And listen, when we did our first interview together, I thanked you, but I incessantly thanked him because, you know, obviously he felt comfortable enough to say, listen, mama,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that there because I feel the intentions of this person are good intentions. And because I know as a person, you lean to him and say,
What you think?
What you think?
You know, he always says to me, it's up to you. Let's just talk about it. But you have the final say.
Mm-hmm.
However, I trust his say. If he say, mama, I'm not good with it, then guess what? I'm not
Now
good
doing
with
it. Mm-hmm.
If he say, mama, let's rock and roll, let's rock and roll. If he say, mama, I don't particularly like that dress, then I'm not wearing it. If he says, mama, listen, because he's a king.
Mm-hmm.
And what story have you ever read where the queen told the king what it was going to be? The king ran the ship. So, and I say that because so many of our sisters right now are caught in a different place. Well, what kind of money he got? Well, if you can't get my hair and nails done. Well, he live in one state, not live in another state. Well, it's like, listen, y'all, we are losing. We are losing in our relationships because what we're putting out there is all about the money, or my success, a power couple, but ain't nobody talking about love. Ain't nobody talking about sticking it out. Ain't nobody talking about the two of y'all as one, you become a team. My mother said to me some years ago, she's no longer here, you make sure you put something away for a rainy day. I said, if it rains, we'll get wet together. And then she said, you've given Sidney all the power. I said, what you see me giving Sidney is respect, something you never gave my father.
Mm.
So for you, it looks like power. But for me, it is respect. And when you can look at a man and say, I know you got me, I don't need to raise up. I don't need to rise up. I don't need to be aggressive and abrasive because I got a king.
You know, maybe one day for me that'll happen. Because I'm the head of the household.
Well, who is this?
That's my bodyguard.
Okay.
But right now, I'm the head of the household.
Well, yeah, because you're by yourself. So there's no one you have to be. But when that man comes in, when the real man and the right man comes in, he won't care nothing about you being TS Madison outside that house. He'll take care of you like his woman, like his lady. And sometimes our aggression, we can be so strong that now we want to be T.S. Madison when the door's closed. We want to be Nikki Parker when the door's closed. A real cat don't care nothing about that. And he's proud of you, but you can't bring that. You can't. I remember one time we first got together, right?
She telling all your business.
I would go tell all of it. I would say to him, can you go get me some water? And he's very kind. Of course. You know what? I'm hungry. Could you go fix me something to eat? Of course. Everything I asked him for, of course. Till one day he asked me. I was like, really? Like, I'm tired. What? And he said, so let me ask you a question. Do you think that it's okay just for me to do for you? And when I ask you for something, you don't do for me? And just like you looking at me is how I was looking at him because I didn't have the answer. I didn't know how to, So you mean to tell me you think I'm just supposed to do for you? He said, Mo'Nique, it's called reciprocity. Nobody's ever taught me that. So it took me a while for my ego to get out the way to understand what he was saying. Now, if he think he wants something, I go get it, Daddy.
Because y'all in sync like
We right there. We right there.
I want to talk about, I'd like for you to just take a moment and riff on, because I watch you do it and you do it so eloquently in the words of Negro, eloquently.
Come on. Spell it.
Eloquently.
Oh.
There was one way you responded to someone and you said, see, what you said was this. Well, maybe if you had a husband that would
Yes.
do X, Y, and Z, maybe you wouldn't be in certain positions that you're in.
Yes.
Because I'm going to go in a direction for this. What I heard was, bitch, get up off my nigga because my motherfucking nigga ain't. That's what I heard. But
that's what you heard.
But you professionally broke it down to.
I meant no shade. I meant no tea. I'm too damn old for that. What I was saying was, if you knock on my door, I'm going to let you in. She knocked on my door because she did an interview with, and we're talking about our sister Tiffany Haddish. She did an interview with GQ magazine, and some kind of way the conversation got to Mo'Nique. And she said, I don't have that husband of hers like she got. Wait a minute, sister. You rung the bell. You said ding dong, and I said, come on in and get this pound cake. Let's talk about it. Come on in and get a slice of it. And I didn't say it to be cruel. I said it to be factual. When you have somebody loving you, you're not going to get DUIs because that man that's loving you is going to say, hey, you've had too much. You're not driving. That man that's loving you is going to say, whoa, what kind of videos are you making that looks like you could appear to be grooming a child? It is things that when you are being loved, you get pulled back from all of the foolishness. You get pulled back from all of the superstardom, I'm a star. You get pulled back from that because you're enjoying being loved. So why ever would you put yourself in a position to sacrifice your life? That's all I was saying. And again, I love that sister. But if you ring my bell.
I'm going to check you.
Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, when you ring it. See, I didn't come to any of you. I make it my business, Maddie, not to say nothing about nobody's business because I don't know their business. But the moment you get into mine, you've now opened the door.
There is an art to reading or an art to response that you've mastered that I've watched you do over the years. I watched you at the Queen. I watch your Queens of Comedy roast, the way you roast people, but then I've watched the way Mo'Nique handles it.
Because I've been taught. See, there was a time Mo'Nique would say, bitch, you've got me fucked all the way up. Come on. My husband said to me, you're a lady. You don't have to respond like that anymore. So when I say to sisters, and oftentimes you have some of us saying, can't nobody teach me nothing. I'm already grown. That's the problem. Because what you've been taught is the problem. So when you get a man or a woman to come into your life and say, let's have some conversation.
Let me help you unlearn some things.
Yes, and that's when you free yourself. My mother died locked up. My mother left this earth locked up in her feelings and her emotions. She died locked up, not protecting her family because she was too afraid to say it out loud. My father died locked up. My sister died locked up. Like I've watched it, I've seen it. So I refuse for my children to watch me die locked up. Watch me when it's my turn. Damn if she didn't live.
You're so profound in the way that you're answering these. We'll be talking about this. You as my sister,
yes,
have gotten on the telephone with me.
Yes.
I thank you. You as my sister have gotten on the telephone with me like, Maddie, TS, bitch.
Back down.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a mighty responsibility. And there's a little trans baby out there right now watching your every move. And every time you get on a banter going back and forth with a bitch you don't know, that baby watching, and she starts believing, I gotta handle it like that. You are in a position right now to be quiet. Look at your success. Look at what you've been blessed with. You don't have enough time or energy to sit there and go back and forth with somebody you don't know. If I call you up and we call each other and you like, hey, bitch, what you do, what I saw you do, I ain't appreciate it. Let's talk about it. But somebody that you can't put a face to, why would you waste your time?
Yep. And I talk about how my relationship with God is something that I pride myself in having.
Yes.
And I talk about how God speaks to me and how he, them, they, she, or whatever God.
All of it.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about the way that God speaks to me. When God is talking to me, God's first communicative words to me are, bitch.
Come on.
Didn't I tell you a bitch didn't listen, or bitch, bitch, it's going to be one of those days, or bitch, get prepared, or brace yourself, bitch. I had put my hands over my ears. You called me one day,
Mm-hmm.
and you said, Maddie, I don't know. I got a message from the universe for you.
Mm-hmm.
That told me to call you today. I got a message from the universe from you. And the universe said, I said, girl, what the universe told you? You said the universe said, bitch. I said, hold on, Mo'Nique.
Because you know how it responds to you.
I said, hold on. If I ain't never stopped to listen to nobody, because you know everybody be talking about, oh, God told me to tell you. No, God ain't say that because he wouldn't talk to me like that. When you said the universe told you to call me that day, and the first words that came out of your mouth was, it said, bitch, back down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew that came exactly from where you said it came from.
Yeah.
Because that's how I would have heard. But my hands are over my ears for everybody else. I want to hear y'all telling me, get out of my ear, I'm mad.
Yeah. But what does that do? What does being mad do? Because the person that got you mad, they don't even know you. And you don't even know them.
Well, one of them bitches knew me.
Well, that bitch had enough power over you to make you mad about her opinion.
No, that bitch was doing some shit.
That bitch had enough power over you to whatever shit she was doing, it got to you. And I'm not judging it because I can still be like, wait. What this bitch say? What? Okay, listen, who we need? What? And my husband will say, hey, mama, we got to go to the grandbaby's baseball game. You think we got time for that? Hey, mama, listen. So I'm in the kitchen. I learned how to bake cookies out of chickpeas.
Yes.
Okay? I'm learning different things to take care of my family.
You made meat out of...
You saw what happened. Walnuts. You saw what happened.
Yes.
Because I'm being loved and I'm loving back. Why ever would I want something to interfere with that over some shit that they have no idea what they're talking about? They'll see a clip, they'll take a snippet, and they'll make a whole story. Now we got to entertain. I'm not entertaining that shit. Think what you want to think. What's important to me is how my family thinks about me. What do they think? How do they feel? All that other shit, Maddie.
So how you deal with the lies and the stories and all the stuff that people put? Because I'm growing into my star. You've been a star way longer than me.
You know, one of the biggest entertainers in the world is Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry told a lie on me. And that lie cost me 12 years of my career. 12. And I know that you work for that man. But as I told you before, and I'm going to say it again, until he fixes it, I will not stop, because that's how the monster is created. We're too afraid. We're too scared. We're too fearful that you're going to take something from me. So I'm just not going to say anything. Harvey Weinstein is where? He's in jail. Now, that's been going on for decades. But everybody said, let it go. Don't say nothing, which allowed that man to do more damage to women over the decades. As long as I can help it, I'm saying, Tyler Perry, you will not do this to another as long as I can help it, because you told a lie. And you feel like you have the God complex, so I ain't got to fix it. Either you'll fix it in life or you'll be dealt with in death. It's totally up to you, but I'm not going nowhere. Oprah, I'm not going anywhere until y'all take accountability and fix it. Y'all messed with my livelihood, which messes with my family. Never would I do that to anyone. So until they fix it, I won't back down.
Well, let me ask you, what does fixing it look like to you?
You see what Lee Daniels did?
Mm-hmm.
That man walked out on that stage publicly. See, you publicly shamed me. You publicly shamed me. So now you have to publicly fix it. Tyler Perry, you cost my family millions and millions and millions of dollars. And it is a beautiful thing when you tip somebody $3,000. It's a beautiful thing when you give somebody $400,000 because their house burnt down. Those are good deeds. However, you know what you did to a Black woman named Mo'Nique. So all of that, the universe is watching and saying, okay, we see what you're trying to do, but you can't fool us. And I don't believe I'm the only one. Of course not. You don't do that to somebody and it be your first time. You don't because you're too comfortable in doing it. And when you get that God complex, the universe is watching everything. Fixing it means you apologize publicly, and you cost my family millions.
So it's you want to. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just deciphering. You want a public apology and you want restitution.
Yes, and I say that unapologetically. You are on tape saying what you did to me was wrong. You are on tape. That's your voice, Tyler Perry. You called us. We didn't call you. You said what he did to me was wrong, and he was going to fix it when his movie Boo came out. When did Boo come out? 2016. We are now in 2025, and you've not fixed that. You've not fixed it. Oprah Winfrey, you watched a Black woman be thrown under the bus, and you said nothing as you spoke about equality when you were working in Baltimore at a show called People Are Talking. And Richard Sher was making $50,000, and Oprah Winfrey was making half of that. And she wanted to know, why does he make more money than me? That's not fair. So you've dealt with inequality. And to watch another Black woman deal with inequality, and you keep quiet. Now, there's two parts to Oprah Winfrey that I haven't really spoken about publicly. The other part with Oprah Winfrey is, yeah, you let me get thrown under the bus and you said nothing. The other part is you mess with my family. You mess with my mother, my father. She called me about my brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, listen, everybody can change. He wanted to apologize for molesting me. She said, Mo'Nique, would it be okay that he comes on? And would you like to come on? I said, I don't want nothing to do with that cat, but I don't want to get in the way of his blessing. If he's changing, I don't want to stop that. She never said my mother. She never said my father. Now, I know who my parents were because they're both gone. I know who they are. I know my mother's greed. I know my father's greed. And you did not say that you were going to have my parents, because had you said you had my mother. Now, we had a conversation, and I said to her, me and my mother are not in a good place. Now, she said some things to me about her mother and father, which I'll never repeat, because I'm thinking we're having a sister moment.
Yeah.
So I shared some things with her about my mother, sometime in tears, and we talking. And then you go put my mother on your show. Yeah, we got a problem. We have a problem. And because it's Hollywood, oh, Mo'Nique, just don't say nothing. That's my mother.
Yeah.
And I didn't want the world to see my mother like that. So now when I'm in the Walmart, when I'm in the store, and before y'all say anything, this was Walmart years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, this was when they had DEI still going on, shit. I'm in the store and the elderly women are coming up to me saying, your mama ain't shit, baby. We here for you. That's still my mother. So now I got to look at this elderly woman and say, you got to be respectful. But she watched that woman sit there and support the man that molested me. So me and Oprah Winfrey, TS Madison, I thought I was talking to a sister. I did not know I was talking to an enemy. I did not know she would take my story and bring my mother on that show. I did not know she would have my drunk father on that show. And my father was getting ready to cuss Oprah Winfrey's ass out because the liquor started getting good to him. So when she said, well, when did you know he was a monster? My father said, what? And at that point, my mother tapped him like, don't do that. Because he'll go off. He'll go off. Yeah, he'll go off. He'll call her names. Mm-hmm.
I receive what you just said about that, because and nobody knows this, but we're having sister conversation right now. The first episode we did here at the podcast was my test episode, and I did it with my mother.
Come on.
And so my mother started sharing things with me openly about her mother. And it got very heated in this room. And what that let me know was it's unhealed trauma there.
Yes.
We could talk about this. We could talk about this. But you know what she said when we got her, and I told them in the creators room over there, back here, whatever the producers, we're gonna have to scrap some of this because my mama is mad and my mother is angry, but this is some unhealed stuff that's going on with my mama. But my mama said as much stuff that went on with her mom, I don't want the world doing that to my mama.
Come on, baby.
And so because I don't want that world doing that to my mama, I don't want that stuff to air here. And I respect her for that. I told our heart that I need to see that footage before because
Yes.
I don't want that whatever is gonna hurt my mama or hurt our relationship, I don't want that out. So I feel you on what you just said. Like, yeah, me and her said, you and Oprah said in the conversation, y'all shared personal things with each other. And she talked about her, and you even right now saying, I'm not even gonna share that shit.
I won't.
That was I talked to you in a sister moment.
My integrity won't let me share it. My integrity won't let me do that to that woman. Though if I was a different woman, I would. See, when you have a woman named Oprah Winfrey, and let me say this so I'm clear. I love Oprah Winfrey. And I love her so much, I want that sister to get them shackles off of her. That's how much I love her, because she also has that God complex. There's a man named Roosevelt Cartwright. That was Roosevelt's right-hand man. He was doing her makeup, then he was a dog walker, then he was just like a friend to her. And he came on the Mo'Nique show and began to do my makeup. And he said to me one day, he said, Oprah questioned me about your marriage. I said, what do you mean she questioned you about my marriage? She asked me, was your marriage real? And he said, I looked at her and said, that's the realest shit I've ever seen. And it would make me question, why are you questioning about my marriage? Why is that a concern of yours? You have my number. You can give me a call. And as I say Roosevelt Cartwright's name, that man is 75 years old. He said, Mo'Nique, I'm too damn grown to be scared. Anything I've said to you, you can say publicly. Because I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that shit. So what happens is when we see a woman like Oprah Winfrey, in my humble opinion, right? And we see this billionaire, and we see this woman that with all this success, and we think that's the way to go. We're like, oh yeah, I gotta get my vision board, and I gotta do all these things, and I gotta do this, and I gotta do that. But you're looking at a woman, in my humble opinion, with everything and nothing. I have all the stuff. I can tell you about business. I can tell you about stuff. What can you tell me about love and being loved? Now, these are her words, not mine. Research it. She said one night she put on a lingerie. And she stood at the top of the steps for Stedman. And she said when Stedman walked up the steps, he bust out laughing and looked at me and said, what are you doing? Those are her words. And he kept walking. So before you be concerned about my marriage, take time about your relationship. So I say these things to say, what are we following? What are we watching? What are we saying? This is what I want to do, because now you're in your 70s. Now you're in your 70s. At what point do you say, I want to be loved? I want to love somebody. So all the money and all the stuff, TS Madison, that means absolutely nothing when there's nobody laying next to you rubbing your back. The money can't rub your back. The money can't rub your feet. The money can't talk to you and say, you need to fix your attitude. The money can't say, look at the grandkids running around. The money can't do that. So what our sister have is money. And would I love to talk to her? Yes. Would I love to talk to Tyler Perry? Yes. And I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Let's have a public, open conversation with my husband and I, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and she can bring Gail because they're always together. I respect that relationship. Bring her so we can all have an open dialogue and hopefully show our community what healing looks like. Lee Daniels and I showed the community. And I'll tell you, we were doing the Netflix movie. And one of the sisters that work at Netflix came up to us and she started crying. She said, y'all don't know what it means to us as the community to see y'all mend this relationship.
Girl, the countless times that I've been stopped and said, bitch, thank you for talking to Lee. Thank you, Miss Mary, for praying. And thank you for, know, because y'all have made magic together.
Yes.
Y'all have made so much magic. Girl, you and Hattie McDaniel are the only two Black women to share that award. Am I correct?
Oh, no, it's quite a few. It's like, is it 10 of us now? It's like
you
10
were
of
the
us now.
second, right?
It was Jennifer Hudson, and then I think me. I don't want to get it mixed up, but you know, I was somewhere in there.
And you wore flowers in your hair.
Yes.
To honor Hattie McDaniel.
Yes. That lady got her ass whooped. And she got her ass whooped by the white folks and the black folks. And that's why I say I can't get caught in other people's shit. That woman got her ass whooped till she went to her grave. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? And she gave everything. She gave everything to a business that would never give her anything. She gave everything to her family. She died penniless. She died heartbroken. And then she couldn't go to the cemetery that she wanted to be buried in. So I stand the way I stand because so many before us didn't have the opportunity to stand. So many black women before me didn't have a black man standing next to her saying, I will not allow this shit to happen, not on my watch. You tell me the black woman right now, that whenever she's got a fight, tell me about the man that's standing with her. Tell me about the manager standing with her. Tell me about the agent standing with her. I love Taraji. I love Viola. They are my sisters. But whenever they've had to fight, they by themselves. They're fighting the fight. And Viola has a beautiful husband. And for what, I don't know what that reason is, but they're standing there by themselves saying, I've been mistreated. I don't have to stand by myself. And for some, that can be problematic.
Every time I get with you, you make such valid, like you make me look at it from a different standpoint because, of course, we watch all the things that people say in the media.
Yes.
Of course, we watch it and then we say, because you and I share such a great relationship with each other, people always tapping me on my shoulder. Well, ask your friend about this. I'm like, no, she's told you how she's felt. She's told you this, especially after that situation that came out with your son.
Yes.
Girl, do you not know? They were calling my phone like, well,
Yes.
how you feel about you? I say, she know how to handle her business.
Yes. Yes.
Why do I have to, because that's my friend, why do I have to come over here? Why do I have to make a statement in an opinion about it? And why do my feelings for her as my friend have to, she gonna hold her own? Why do I have to come in now and just have an opinion like?
Because that's the society we're in. And will people shout as loud when they find out we're healing?
No.
Will people do the shows about Mo'Nique and her son when they found out we've been talking? Will people now shout and say, oh my God, because we thrive on what we believe to be negative? When it comes to my son, that's mine.
Yep.
That is mine all day long. That is my child. So whatever we go through, that's mine. That's mine. What I will say is I let my ego get in the way. I will say that publicly. And I had to take that down because I had to say, Mo'Nique, that is yours, baby. He's 34 years old. You're 57. You know better. Take it down. So for all the ones asking you about me and my son, we're healing. And I'm grateful. And I prayed for that healing. Please bring them back to me. Oh, so let them call you now.
Well, there it is.
There it is, baby.
And it don't need to go any deeper than that.
There it is. That's why I don't get in other people's shit. Because you don't know the backstories. You don't know around the corner stories. You don't know the stories. So you'll just take, this is how he feels. I understand it. I do. But the bottom line is, and at the end of the day, that's mine. And y'all better not say shit about it. Okay? Okay? Y'all better not say shit. That's mine. That's all. Okay. I went to the left a little bit, Daddy. Okay, I'm back.
It's okay. It's all right. But I just wanted people to, because I get tired of, like, all of my friends, like, all of the women, and this is the shit that burns me up. Which side are y'all on? Do I don't like black women, or do I cape for my friends that are black women? Tell me what side the street you hoes gonna be on.
Let them be on the side they want to be on. You just be good with your side. We don't give a damn about what side they on. You just be good with your side. You got too much to do. You got too much shit. You got too much. And it's a mighty responsibility to be in your position because they're watching you. Like I said, that little boy that feel like a little girl and is watching this woman named TS Madison and saying, I'm okay. Don't teach him to be messy. Don't teach him to be shady. Don't teach him to bullshit. You've got to be strong enough to say, listen, baby, we've been so blessed. I'm going to see the goodness. Now, if I got to check a bitch, please hear me. I'll do it. But the world don't have to know it. The world don't have to know that I had to DM and say, hey, can we talk? That's not the world's business, because it keeps looking like, here go Maddie again. She fighting somebody again. Maddie got something to say again. No, ma'am. Let them see you on RuPaul Drag Race. Let them see you on your podcast. Let them see you on the red carpet. Let them see you shine. Don't give them a moment.
I'm going to take pieces of that, sister.
Okay.
And I'm going to apply, I'm going to patch it on me.
My baby said, I'm going to take pieces, bitch.
I
But if a
ain't
bitch
gonna
get
make
me
no
wrong.
but I'm going to tear me a bitch up if I got to.
I understand.
Just like even in this, like if any one of you hoes come take any pieces of any of the things that me and my sister talk about, I may claw your eyes out. I don't know. Because I love you.
Yes.
You've been nothing but a great person to me. Even when with the Tyler Perry, going to work for Tyler Perry,
Yes.
I called you.
Yes, you did. And what did I tell you?
You said, go do your job.
Go, baby. Don't get blocked because my situation. You just know who you're dealing with. But don't block an opportunity because Mo'Nique got a situation with you. Go do it, and you're doing a damn good job of it. You shining.
You told me that, and because I wanted to make sure, because he said to me after he knew that I was getting the thing, he said, have you talked to your sister? I said, I'm going to call her, and tell her before I even audition.
Yes. Bitch, I was like, you want to go over the lines together?
Yeah.
Because that's your blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of friend would I be to say, I ain't going to talk to you no more, Maddie, because you're working with Tyler Perry? No, ma'am. Go get that, baby, because you open the doors up for other transgender women out there saying, if she can do it, watch what I can do.
Yeah. You told me, you breathed in me, and because I asked you, how do I, after we got past because I was nervous to call you and be like, because I don't want her to think that I'm phony or I'm the two-faced or I'm this. I said, sister, I'm going to do this audition, or are you okay with me doing this audition? Because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite with anybody. And you was like, bitch, go get your money.
Right. Like, go do that. Go do that. And because my situation with Tyler Perry is not your situation with Tyler Perry. However, it's all of our situations. Because when you do one black woman dirty, you do all black women dirty. And I don't care how much icing you try to put on that dirty ass cake. It's still a dirty ass cake.
Yeah. But you still didn't jab him in this, just like you didn't do Oprah. And I did it with the intentions that I thought I was not going to get the part, because I thought it was so many thoughts in my brain. Like,
I knew you were going to get that part. There's nobody else that could have played Dagger. Nobody. You got titties and a dick. There's no one else that could have played. They could have pretended, but you got real things.
Yeah.
You got real things.
Yes.
They're your things.
They're real things.
Yes.
And they're mine.
And you're killing it.
And he said he said that to me, and then I said, okay. Then once I told him that you gave me the green light to be like whatever, then what you don't know is when you gave me the green light, then I did the audition.
You didn't need a green light from me.
No, but it's important. Here's the thing.
What we did, what we have is a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, hey, bitch, I don't want you to turn the TV on and see me with this cat. And you called out of friendship, not out of approval. Or you called out of friendship, like, bitch, this was getting ready to go down. Go get that. I remember, I'm like, Jameson, listen, what's she saying? Because I was happy for you, as I'm happy for you. A dirty bitch would have said, don't do that, girl. No, but so let's sit here and be mad at this nigga together. No. I'm sorry.
But it's but it's important that people know a person's heart.
Yes.
Tyler Perry is a big and no shade. He is a person that I honestly respect him.
Yes.
I've gotten into his work. I was like, oh shit. So I get it. But I know you.
Yes.
I didn't know him at the time, but I know you. So what was more important?
And Tyler, stop running. Now stop the running. Stop running. He's a runner. He's a track star. Stop running, Tyler Perry. I'm right here, baby. Now listen, if you let us talk to Medea is real. Medea's the real bitch. So you get out the way and put your dress on and your wig and your makeup and all the things, and then let's have lunch together because Medea get the shit. Tyler Perry is the one that, he thinks a lot of things of himself. But Medea is the realest bitch in the market.
But it was important that I told you that.
Yes.
Because I didn't want you to look up and then and be like, bitch.
That's why we're still together.
Yeah.
We respect one another. I respect your opinion. You respect my opinion. Even if we don't agree, we still respect that. And if our community could understand, just because we disagree don't mean we have to stop loving each other.
Yes.
Just because you do it your way and I do it my way don't mean we got to stop walking together.
Which brings me to the final part of our show, which is called Ban It, Bitch. Now, some people out here are banning drag shows, LGBTQ plus books, and even our very existence. But we're flipping the script.
Flip it.
Now, what's something you would ban if you ran the world? Here's how it works. We each get 1 minute to make our case for what needs to go. Let me kick it off and show you how it's done. My name is TS Madison, and if I ran the world, I would ban having to explain myself to why I'm loyal to a lot of my friends. I don't feel like that I need to explain to motherfucking you why I'm loyal to people that have been good to me. I don't feel like that you need a full rundown explanation of or hold me to the moral police on why I need to and why I'm not speaking on it or why, because I go through this shit a lot. I'm a public figure that has a show where we talk about topics and shit like that. And a lot of times my friends may come up in the topic. I don't feel like that I need to motherfucking talk about them. I want to ban your rule on me having to discuss my friend's business. Some of my friends' business is just that. It's they fucking business, and I don't have to say anything fucking about it. So suck my ass, my dick balls, and everything in between, bitch, when I don't want to talk about my friends' motherfucking business. I want to ban you hoes for putting me on the spot, making me have to talk about my friends. Fuck you.
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Okay. I like it.
That's how that works.
Okay. Are they counting me down or something?
Are you ready?
Yes.
So you get a
Hey.
So you get it. You said my name is Mo'Nique. And bitch, if I ran the world.
Yes.
My sister ready. God damn.
Hey, my sweet babies, my name is Mo'Nique, and if I ran the world, I would ban goddamn bonnets, slippers, and pajamas out in public. And let me tell you how I'll ban that shit. I will ban it because I don't know if you washed your ass or not. I've got to assume if you clean. I've got to assume if you've brushed your teeth. I'm not saying bonnets are bad. Bonnets are for home, and they're not even really goddamn bonnets. They shower caps. They can make us buy any damn thing. A bonnet is from Little House in the Prairie where they tied it around their damn throat. But that damn bonnet outside with the whole Halloween costume, you can wear that only on Halloween day. The bonnet, the pajamas, and the slippers. And I was so grateful when the gynecologist put a note up on their door. You cannot come in here and get checked if you have on a bonnet, pajamas, and slippers because I don't know if I'm going to smell a whiff of wolf.
Oh.
I don't know if the ass is clean. I don't know what it is. Black women, you are beautiful. We are supposed to show all of our beauty and our glory every time we step out our houses. So think about the little girls coming behind you when you're in the store in your Halloween costume. My name is Mo'Nique.
But and literally think about the girls behind you, bitch, because we don't know if your ass clean.
Whiff or woof. It's unfair. You better oh
shit. Sister, did you have a good time here?
Maddie. We always have a good time together.
Yes.
Yes, always. It's never in question.
Ever. And I wanted to make sure that I want this to be comfortable for you. I want you to say that's because my floor is always open. Like, listen, the way that you get a good interview or a good conversation with people, just let them.
It's just having a conversation.
And just let them talk.
And you're wonderful at it. You are wonderful at it. You are not. So tell me about that time. So let's talk about. You're wonderful at it, baby. It's just a conversation.
Because you hit me with so much stuff, and I'm like, shit. And sometimes if you really sit down and talk to people, you will find that you are not as different as you think.
No, we're all connected in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like my nuts is connected to my.
Well, I mean, Maddie, listen, okay, if that's how you want to close the show,
No,
I'm with the shit.
I'm
with the shit.
No,
if you want to talk about your nuts and being connected and all of that, that's why you my girl. Because you ain't never tried to be nothing but you.
That's it.
Okay, I'm going to just share this story and then I know it's over. So Maddie came over to the house one time, right? Maddie and her mom. And we were sitting there talking, and we talked for hours. And I said to Maddie, I said, if I did not know that you had a dick in between your legs, I would think I was talking to a woman. Because everything about you is a woman. I'm unapologetic about what I'm saying. Everything about you is that of a woman. That's how I feel about my Uncle Tina. Everything about her is a man. She wears drawers with dick holes in them. She does. She wears... If you see her, you would think you were looking at a guy. You would not know that that was a woman. So keep walking in what you're supposed to walk in unapologetically because it's working.
Thank you, sister. And I'm going to come over there. You're going to roll me up one of those little sticks that you had over there, honey.
Well, now, okay. Now, see, and listen.
It's for me.
I'm for God. Okay? I'm for God.
It's
and God is
and
for
that
marijuana.
come from the earth.
Yes. It is from the Jesus.
That's from the Jesus.
It's from the Jesus.
And Miss Mary was sitting over there looking at us. And she said,
yeah.
She was looking at us. She said, boo, you know he got to drive home. I said, Mama, this ain't going to hurt. Just give me a little bit of that. Mo'Nique passed it over there to me. We were over there. We was chilling.
But now I don't do that. I try not to do it as much because I'm getting older and my lungs can't take it.
Ain't nothing
so I do
wrong,
edibles.
It's on the earth.
Edibles.
Girl, listen, I've been drinking it.
You can drink it now?
Girl, I'm gonna see. Listen. The next time I come over there to the place, I'm gonna bring you a bottle of it. It's from nowadays. They got one. It has five milligrams of THC, and then one got 10 milligrams of THC. Girl, I was over there drinking that shit.
Maddie, I still ain't got my perfume. So don't tell me you're gonna bring me nothing. I still ain't got my everything. I've not gotten it.
When I come to the house, I'm bringing you both.
Okay.
Sister.
Yes.
I was drinking that shit. Had a rendezvous later on that night.
You want to tell me something?
Girl, I'm in there dushing, getting it ready.
No.
Getting the producer ready. Hiding a gallon of gas during the Bush administration, bitch. Sitting over there looking at the water running like, wait a minute now. Okay, the water running, so I'm supposed to be doing something. Oh, yeah, I'm done dushed.
Because it done took you out of here.
I'm over here. Child, I'm in here. We done started having the sexual relations. I'm over here talking. I don't even like this person like that. I'm telling you, why is you fucking me like that?
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me just share this with you about this show. We have now gone straight to the gutter. So we're talking to all the gutter people. If you appreciate the gutter shit we saying right now, we're talking to you. We're talking to you. But the gutter shit is the real shit.
That's right.
Okay, then.
You ain't never gave me no dick like this before.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
He thought y'all was together.
He say, you okay?
Because he knew his position.
He say, you okay? I say, I'm different.
That cocktail.
It was.
That cocktail.
I was so free.
Yes.
And loose. And the next day, I was like, oh my God, what I said.
What did I say?
What did I do?
Yeah.
That bitch was writing me saying, you love me? I was like, no. He said,
that's one of those drinks, though, you got to have by yourself or with your man. That's not something that everybody's privileged to.
Right.
Yeah.
I learned that.
You did new tricks with that drink. He didn't deserve that.
Well, probably, because I needed that. Sometimes you just need your pussy drag one or two good times.
You know, I'm a grandmother now.
Well, I'm talking about my pussy.
Oh, you are. You listen, my babies. TS is talking about her pussy, okay? I ain't say nothing about mine. This is her pussy, okay? All right. You got to make sure shit is clear.
Well, that's why I was.
Okay, then.
That's why I was sitting over there with the water. Like, girl, the water ain't coming clear, and it's running, and it's.
That's what you get.
But it came clear.
You got to find you a permanent.
You want that for me?
I do. I really do.
You think it'll change me, Mo'Nique?
No, your personality will be your personality. But all that shit fighting, you be like, girl, I ain't got time. I'm going home to my man. I ain't got time for that. I'm going home to my man. I ain't got time. Yeah, it will. It will. Because you're going to put all your energy into that relationship. So I'm going to ask the universe for a permanent for you.
Okay.
Now, okay. When you get it, Behave yourself.
I got to cut all that ego stuff out.
Oh,
You
girl.
think I got a lot of ego, Mo'Nique? Tell me the truth. You my sister.
I am. I think that in the business we're in, sometimes we have to have it. Sometimes you have to have it. You have to believe it. You've got to say it out loud. And some people call it arrogance and all those things, but you've got to say it to you. So I think sometimes ego is good. I really do. Not all the time in certain situations, but there are times you got to say, no, I believe in me.
Yes.
I believe in me. Not I'm the shit. I just believe in me.
No, I'm the shit.
Well,
you got to say that.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No, sister, you have to say that because a motherfucker would try to tell you, you know this from experience. How when you went on the Breakfast Club and you cussed them hoes out and you told them you ran your accolades down. And everybody was, she right. They went to Googling. Searching, said, oh shit, this is accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you said, I want my money.
That's all. That's all. People were judging me from their stick. And I didn't take it personal because I understood it. They were judging me from their resume. You can't judge me from your resume. You got to judge me from mine. And they're two different things. And I say that with humility. You can't judge me from yours. So when people were saying, is she crazy? $500,000. It's like, but your resume says that's what you should accept.
Yours says that. Now
Yes.
Mine don't.
That's all. That's all.
See, what I've gathered from this, looking at you in your beautiful face and eyes, say that shit, bitch. But say that in a way, not in a slice them up, dice them up way. You can slice them up and dice them up.
We're queens. We're ladies. We have to represent that. That's all.
Cause I tell a bitch.
Now behind closed doors, man, you on the phone, I'm like, bitch. Okay.
Bitch.
But that's me and you. That's me and you in our private time on the phone. The world don't need to see that. Because we're ladies.
Sister, I'm going to try to get better.
Well, that's okay. All we can do is try.
I'm going to try to get better.
I'm not saying I'm 100%. Because if you catch me on the right day, bitch, okay, and then I'll be like, oh, shit.
Well, it's the Baltimore.
Listen, we left Baltimore, but Baltimore never left us.
Baby.
That's why Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, we can't let y'all off the hook. We cannot. We're going to close the show now, and I'm going to give a special message to my brother and my sister, Oprah and Tyler. Anytime you're ready, TS Madison has opened up this platform for us to come on, and we can sit here and have a beautiful conversation. That's all. Yeah. We love y'all.
Amen.
Good night.
Good night.
Always.